Hello and welcome back to week 2 of our Road to Gold series. This week, our majority of the track and car, we are doing the LMGT3 fixed series at Monza, which was absolutely insane. It was definitely a higher level of racing, and just in the terms of the sense that the track is much more trickier. A lot of turn 1 incidents, a lot of random incidents. I'll be honest, we got handed our first 2 DNFs this week due to, well, one was actually Bahrain because that was the final day. That was our first day on Monday, which you'll see, and then we had a terrible wreck into the final turn at Monza. But we have about 9 minutes of highlights that I'm going to go through just like last week, and we started doing lives every day for the most part, so now every individual day is going to be its own live stream, so make sure to go check that out. And yeah, you can expect basically at least 6 lives a week going over each individual race. We usually try to do at least 2 races. If we have a good race, we usually end off at 1. So yeah, let's jump into these highlights and see how we do. Alright, so we're going to start off with the final day of Bahrain because the week shifts on Tuesday for LMU. So we're going to start here, and this is just an absolute mess up on my part. As you see, I come in way too hot here. I catch too much of the curb, go to accelerate, and just swing completely, almost taking out the Ferrari. Luckily, we just took some tire wear damage, no physical damage, so we were able to finish the race, and we finished, within the top 10, which was good. This next race is the start of a race. It's a really good jump. We get past this Mustang here pretty quickly. I even get, fully around him, and then here I kind of close the gap because I sense him coming. Play it clean. I kind of cut this turn just because I was expecting this McLaren to kind of cut in, but we didn't get any penalty, and then that car goes off to the side. So here we're already up until, pretty good position. Now this is where we get handed our DNF. I got given a drive-through penalty, so I go to serve it. This Mustang thinks I'm trying to break the draft and drags me all the way into the pit and spins me because I had to brake to hit pit limiter, and that's how we get our first DNF of the week. Unfortunately, it is what it is. The engine died, and it's a DNF. Now here's the first turn into Monza. Actually, not that much chaos. This Lexus gets spun. We don't make any contact. A little tap there, but nothing that takes us out of the race, and we make it through. And here we got some pretty good battles, to be honest. Here's one. Little touch there. I'm on the apex. I'm giving him enough room, and we just get past him, get by him there, which is good. Here we go. This is actually don't remember what happens here. I think we just go to make a pass and a little tap off. It might be my fault, but again, a lot of turn 1 videos because that's where all the chaos happens. This is going to be, I think, a defensive dive bomb attempt, so I go on the defensive, and it works out all right. Here we go. Gets tapped a little bit, but keep the position, get a better exit, and we go bye-bye. Now, next up we have, this is a little bit of an interesting one. Right here, we kind of get tapped right here, and we get pushed off. I get first wide, come back in, take out the acid on accident. But then here we go, we get into where these Lexuses, they line up, and I had nowhere to go. And so we were able to gain like 2 positions just from that wreck. What happens here, everyone's backed up, nowhere to go. Everyone was taking these turns like super slow, and we get by, and a couple cars are off. They go around. It is what it is. Now here we go. This Corvette tries to, I give the pace to the Aston. This Corvette tries to pull a dirty one and just misses straight up. Then he ends up getting forward and getting a little loose. So we were able to be okay there. Now here is a pretty decent move by this Lexus. Coming into the final turn, I kind of broke a little bit late and went wide, and unfortunately, there's a car right here. Boom! Almost made contact there. Absolutely crazy. You should have seen my reaction on live. Here we go. We have a little bump from the BMW on the straight, which I didn't really understand why that was needed. But we outbrake him, into turn one, and nothing comes of that, luckily. So we have a good move here, good defensive, and we pull away, and this BMW there. Up next, this is a bad wreck. This Corvette dive bombs. I give him room, but you can see he drifts out from the apex. It just hits me and spins me going in. He gets taken up by another Corvette right there. We were able to finish the race. Not really sure what we finished, but we were able to finish. And then right here we have some spinning into turn one, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that car goes across, and everyone's all bunched up. No contact necessarily on our part. We get through, and pretty simple. But unfortunately, we start battling this BMW. Nothing crazy. And I think this is where we almost get hit by an Aston right there, who's just chilling. Up here, this is where we got our second DNF. You're gonna see a car flies off and hits the wall, and when he regroups, he collects another BMW. His tire, I dodged right there, and here I should have gone right, but I didn't know where it was gonna go. I lock up into the brakes and completely slam into him, and then get hit by another BMW somehow. And there's just 4 BMWs absolutely stuck and stranded at the end of the last turn. But that's okay. Here we got a pretty good battle with the Lexus. Here we go. We get side by side, get down to the long side of him, and outbrake him. He kind of goes wide, so I have to get the better line. A car goes off. I thought this was when I get a better line. So we're battling. Here we come off of the final turn. I get a little bit of a, I think that's the similar clip. And yeah, it's just not really the best turn by myself, but oh, a little spin right there. Nothing too shabby. The defensive, same car, BMW. We go in to outbrake him. I think he goes wide. He goes wide, so he gives the position back. I believe. Yeah, he slows. He gives the position back. And then here we go. We fight here for. We got a car in there. Get away from him, and not too bad. Now here's where we defend for the podium. Do a nice little switchback crossover move in the Lexus, and then we are gonna defend for our lives in turn one. And you can see here side by side, and beat him through this turn because there's a car that goes off, so he's kind of forced to back off. You can see right here a little bit. There's a car in the background. We're able to keep it together into this final turn, and this is where we get our one podium of the week. Only one, unfortunately, this week. But hey, it's not terrible, and we get the podium and take it. Here I get clipped by this BMW who gets some grass, and I get taken out. And here I get suspension damage. I actually end up finishing the race with suspension damage, but the steering wheel was crooked the whole time. Dodge those other 2 cars, and now we come up to. This is a little bit of my fault, but there's nothing I can really do. I get a really good jump. I get outside of this Lexus. I'm gonna clip it here. Get aside of this Lexus. I'm through the Lexus, and when I get into the braking zone, I grab a little bit of grass just because this Ferrari kind of comes over, and I'm not sure how far he's gonna come over. And you know, grass and brakes don't really go together. Unfortunately, I got clipped right here, or else we would have had a not so bad exit. And we end up finishing that race as well. We have a good battle with this BMW actually over like 2 or 3 laps. It's just really, you know, back and forth positions being handed to us. We ended up going a little bit wide one of the turns, so we ended up finishing ahead of us. But it was just good overall racing, clean racing. You know, multiple times into turn 1 and a few into the final turns as well. Let's say we got a car off right there. So that ends that race. Now I think we're coming up on the final day here. what do we have going on here? Here we have a pretty good battle, and we actually gained a lot of ground on this. It's a blue McLaren, so we get a really good braking into turn one. He kind of goes wide and gets into the dirt a little bit. I don't know why if he was going to go around the dirt. Here we get beside him for the most part. He gets me into the braking zone a little bit, but then he hits the hump and goes wide, and I keep my line and I take the position from him. This race we finished 4th, as well as this next race right here. This is a very weird start. You see this Mustang completely slams on the brakes and lets everybody by. The little bit of BMW wreckage up here. We kind of squeeze any gap that we can, and we're able to actually gain a decent amount of positions into turn one, which always feels good. And now we are heading off into the second chicane. And here we go. This is a slower car that came out of the pits. Here we get someone that spins, I believe. Yeah, right there, the fur goes up. Now this is a slower car, and I'm like, why is he not backing off to let me by? So I flash him a few times, and he finally lets me by into the second chicane, where this Porsche actually goes wide right here and spins it, which gets us, again, an actual 4th place victory, which feels good. And here's another reason why we gain more positions. 2 cars take each other out into the final turn. A few laps left of this one. Here we come into the final and are able to claim a 4th place victory. So we had a pretty good, yeah, it was an interesting week. It wasn't as good as last week, but I think last week we were just in less lobbies, meaning like, lower ranked lobbies. We did move into Silver 1, so that is a big plus point. So in Silver 1, which unlocks a whole different type of series, and I might try a few of them out, starting this week. So overall, I'm going to put the stats up like I did last week, where we have all of the stuff for you guys to see, and where we did good, where we did worse, where we did better. But big announcement, I am going to be joining and entering the 24 Hours of Le Mans with 2 of my friends. That's going to take place June 20th and 21st of next month of this year. So we're going to be doing lots of practice on that. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And until then, we are going to keep grinding, getting our ranks up, and getting better each and every day. So I'll see you next week.